How to build your own bank. How to build your own bank. So yesterday I said we are going to have another live section today. And today I want us to talk about building our own bank. And when we talk about building our own bank, so many people will say, what is this one saying? How can you build your own bank? Building bank, is it for poor people? But there is something I have come to understand about building bank, your own personal bank or your own business bank, that I would like to share with us this evening. Today's section is going to be short. Today's section will be straight to the point. Now, in building your own bank, what you need to first of all understand is what is a personal bank or what is a business bank. To make us understand this thing, I'll give us an example. The example is, when I was in Nigeria, I normally see the way that some loan company, I will call their name, like Lapo and Grooming, the way they give loan to market women, they give loan to all these people that are doing a barbing saloon, they give loan to, these normal small businesses, normal individuals that are doing businesses that are within the range of 1 million naira, 500,000 naira to, let me say, 2 million naira, highest. So they give loans to these people. And then you see someone that is doing well formally. All of a sudden, the person is no longer doing well. All of a sudden, you see that the person is now paying every week. He collected money from loan. And every week now he's paying out money. Every week now he's paying out money. The small income that his business is making, he is using it to pay out money. This is someone that is doing barbing saloon, something that is like a service business. He's now paying out money every day out in his business. And when you pay out income, when you pay out your income out, you don't have it anymore. And that is why loan companies, they have more bigger furnitures than us. They have bigger houses than us. They have more money than the people that are collecting the loan. And this is not just about businesses, it's also the same thing with individuals. You see, individuals that are formally doing well, all of a sudden, they started to collect salary advance. They started to collect paycheck, payday loan. They started to collect credit cards. All of a sudden, it's as if their life is going down. It is not because there is any jazz that is affecting them. It is because of their income. They are giving away their income out. And when you give away your income out, you don't have it anymore. When you give away your income out, you don't have it anymore. So this video is more about how do we build our own bank. Now, I have been a small business owner for so many years. I have been a small business owner for so many years. So I will be talking about small businesses. I will not be talking about big businesses like them Dangote or like them other big businesses. I will be talking about small businesses, the one that I have been managing, the one I have worked inside. And I can tell you this thing, you can build your own bank. When I first came to the UK, money was a big challenge for me. I didn't have money. I was squatting with a friend. Even to go and do anything, I will be looking for money. I'll be looking for money to go and, enter bus. I'll look for money to do this. Like, I was calling everybody. Some of my friends, if I call them on phone, they will think I'm calling them because I want to ask them money. It was a big challenge for me at that point, until I watched a video about building your own bank. And that is what saved or changed my life. And today, I'm going to talk about it in this life. If you want to build your own bank, let us start as a business person, as a small business owner. How do you build your own bank? The first thing you need to recognize as a small business owner is, what is the loan that I want to collect? Some of these loan companies that come to give loan to our mothers that are selling garri in the market, our mothers that are selling jollof rice in the market, our mothers that are selling small businesses in the market. Some of these companies, we come and give them loan, like they collect loan from Grooming, from Lapo, from all those microfinance company. They tell them, don't worry, we will give you 500,000 naira. And when we give you 500,000, sometimes, they even reach. The money go be like 200K. The money go be like 300K. They will tell them that, okay, this 300K, you will be paying every day. They send people to them daily to be collecting their income. Their income. And when you give away your income, you don't have it anymore. The small profit our mothers, our youth are using, that is what these credit or microfinance companies are collecting. If it is 500,000, we are going to use 500,000 naira. But most times, the money they start with is 200,000 naira. So let us even use 200,000 naira for the sake of emphasis. In building your own bank, what it means is that the first way for your business to survive is to see that you are small business, you are a barber, you are selling petty trader, you are just a small business that is trying to grow. That money you want to go and borrow, most times, that is the beginning of the failure of that business. I'm going to come to personal life, but I want to first of all talk about small businesses. That money that you are going to borrow, that is most times, that is the beginning of the failure of that business. For those that live in estate, you will know those women that have a shop inside the estate. When they started, they have provision store, or they have a pharmacy, small chemist store. You see that anytime you come to buy something from them, it is available. Give me bread, they get am. Give me milk, they get am. All of a sudden, in the name of expansion, they will now go and collect money from these microfinance people, from this loan app, or from whatever nonsense loan they collect. The small money that they are making, their income, is what they are now giving away to the bank. But if you are able to save that amount, your business, you need to know, they call it emergency fund. You need to have an amount kept aside that you are going to use to borrow yourself money inside the business. Somebody that is selling jollof rice have no business borrowing money from Lapo. Somebody that is doing barbing salon have no business borrowing money to be paying later. Somebody that is doing jollof rice, if his profit in a day is 10,000 naira, he can save 5,000 naira use maybe 3,000 naira for his daily life, and then use the other 2,000 naira to put back into his business. The other money, 5,000 naira, with time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, he will be surprised that he have been able to save 100,000 naira in his account, in a separate account, as a bank, as a buffer for the business. So what happens? Oh, Mama went to buy tomatoes. He went to buy pepper for her business. But all of a sudden, the price don't increase. So she need 20,000 naira in order for her to get all the stuff she need. Because of the increasing prices of things in the market, it is possible that the capital you are using in your business, you might need more money in order to continue to run the business. It is from that 100,000 naira that you go and borrow formally. Write it down as borrow. You go and borrow the 20,000 naira. I am using a smaller version, but this applies to all small businesses. This applies to all small businesses. You go and borrow the 20,000 naira, and you come and use that 20,000 naira to put in that business. You put the 20,000 naira you borrowed in that business. You might not say, I am paying out the 20,000 naira immediately I finish selling today. No. It is borrow. So you ask yourself, how many months should I pay back this money? Okay, I'll pay back this 20,000 naira in 3 months. So every way, the same way you do with Lapo, the same way you do with grooming, every month, every week, I am going to be paying 2,000 naira every week. I'm going to be paying 3,000 naira every week. That is what I'm going to be paying. So every week, you remove 3,000 naira. Remember, apart from the 3,000 naira that you are removing to pay back the loan you collect from that business emergency or that business bank that you have, you will also be removing the amount of money you have already agreed to be paying into your business bank. So let's assume that every day you finish business, you agree that you will remove 2,000 naira and contribute into your business bank. Make sure that you remove that 2,000 naira and contribute. Mr. Banner, very true, I can relate. Yes, it is true. Make sure you remove that 2,000 naira and put it in that account. So the day you are supposed to pay the 3,000 naira, if it is daily you are removing money, divide that 3,000 naira by daily. Maybe it is 100 naira that you are supposed to pay. Go and carry 100 naira, add it to the 2,000 naira, and you are now paying back 2,100 naira into your business bank. What happens if you never pay that money finish and the business needed you to add small money again because of increasing stuff? What you need to do is still simple. You go back to that your business because you are contributing money into that bank every day. That bank is growing. One thing that bank helps you with is that you do not need to go and join your head inside all this microfinance wahala. When you give away your income, you do not have it anymore. Now let's talk about personally, apart from business. Personally, that one is almost the worst one that is affecting a lot of people. This is a true story. In 2025, last year, I lost someone. This person was part of my class. He joined one of my master class. It's a free class on how to, deal with debt and pay off debt. because I had a failed business. My farm failed when I was in Nigeria, and I was owing a lot of money. I was owing up to the tune of 300 million naira, which is about 150,000 pounds. I started paying off this money, paying off this money, paying off this money, till the money dropped significantly. Today, I'm still owing, but it's about 20,000 pounds, which is about 40 million naira. So this person joined the masterclass on how I was able to pay off this debt. Now, I have been researching about paying off debt. One of the places I saw was in The Richest Man in Babylon, the last page of the book. You see that man that is owing money. What he did was he wrote a letter. After he run away finish, he see say no be run away na to pay the gbese. He wrote a letter to everybody and say, abeg, I no get money, but I get strength to earn money. This small 10,000 naira wey I dey earn, this small 100,000 wey I dey earn, I go divide am equally dey give una. Na so him take small pay off in debt. But the one that resonated well with me was the one from Dave Ramsey. If you know Dave Ramsey, type in the comment section, I know Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is an American billionaire. Dave Ramsey was in a worse situation than most of us. He got to a stage whereby it was his father-in-law that was even financing his life. To come to dinner, to come to Thanksgiving was a problem for him. And that was when he said enough, that he cannot continue this life. He cannot continue his life with debt. And he created what we call the debt snowball. The debt snowball simply means that you attack your debt starting from the smallest to the biggest. Because once you pay off that smallest debt, it gives you momentum. It gives you, there is this, is it dopamine? There is this something that comes, this feeling of goodness that comes to your mind that you are making progress. Then you attack the next debt. So this guy joined the masterclass and he told me it no be big money. Oh. This guy was somebody that was doing very well. In fact, I dey call him uncle when I was in Lafia. He was selling car paint, things like that. Oh boy. After the lesson and everything, I told him to call me. It was a free call so that we can discuss his situation. I didn't know that his situation was he borrowed money from all these microfinance people, all these people that will go and post your face, obituary, post your face somewhere, do this, tarnish your image for nothing. I was at work and I saw on Facebook that this my guy slump in his shop and die. They rushed him to the hospital. Before he reached hospital, he died. What happened? Some certain people, loan people, came to his shop and embarrassed him. After speaking to him and all that, as they leave, his blood pressure shoot up and he fell and died. That's the end of him. He is dead. From what? From things that are avoidable. Now, how much is the money? The total money he told me was even less than 5 million naira. Was even less than 5 million naira. Now, when you want to start collecting this loan, for those of us where they owe loan app, you see that the money they give you, they say for them to build your credit, some of them go even no get shame, give you 50,000. Some will give you 100,000. Some will give you 400,000. They will say they are using it to build your credit. And that is the beginning of the on the next credit. Your life is now encircled on the next credit. From credit 1, you go to credit 2. How do you build your own bank as an individual? It is, as an individual, it is simple. You will ask yourself, how much is the money? What is the worst case scenario that can come to me as an individual? It is called an emergency fund. But before you build that 3-month or 6 months of your living expenses somewhere, there is a daily money, there is a weekly money, there is a monthly money that you receive. So if you are a business person, you receive money on a daily basis. This your money you are receiving, how much can you be saving? Instead of doing adashi, so that somebody else will go and pack their adashi in the last day. And during the time that you are doing this adashi, you will have a problem. You will now go and borrow money to solve a problem with interest while you are doing adashi to pack last. Please make it make sense to me. You have to save this money. If you are saving 2,000 naira every day, if you are earning daily, put the 2,000 naira in an account. If it is weekly, you are earning money. Okay. Okay, it's good now. Can you hear me now? Mr. Banner. Okay, that's fine. So those money that I am saying, okay, this money, 50 pounds here, 100 pounds here, these are money you can save from your income, from your paycheck. If they pay you £500 a week, for instance, I'm using pounds for instance, 10% of £500 is £50. You keep £50 in one account and you use £450. The £450, use it for investment, use it for paying rent, use it for obule, use it for dashing people money in Nigeria, use it for whatever you want to use it for. But you see that £50, that is your main money. The richest man in Babylon call it pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. That £50 is your beginning, your foundation of not borrowing money again. The next week, they pay you another £500. You remove £50. That is £100. The next week, before the end of the month, you already have £200 from the £2,000 that you receive. You already have £200. So if something come up, oh, I won't pay house rent, which is not supposed to be a problem for you because you're already supposed to have a plan. But let's assume that your car broke down and you need like £100 to fix it. What you need to do is to do what? All you need to do is to go to that your £200 there and borrow yourself £100. You borrow yourself £100 to fix the car. And then you ask yourself, how can I pay this £100 back? You might say, I'm going to pay this. Hi, Messi. Thanks for joining us. You ask yourself, how can I pay this £100? You say, this £100, I'm going to pay it in five weeks. I'm going to pay £20 back every week. So that week, the next week, if you earn that money back, so that it do not affect your lifestyle, you will treat it as if it is loan company that gave you the money. So you will still collect £50 that you normally put, but this time around you are not going to put £50. You put £50 plus £20 because you are repaying that £100 back. I don't know whether you understand. If you understand, type I understand. You are building your own bank. This is how individuals build their own bank. This is how people build their own bank so that they do not go back to collect money as loan. Now, for some people, they will say, I am collecting credit, this thing, because I am building my credit. I am trying to build my credit. I'm trying to build my credit. But most times, we see that it is those people that are even trying to build their credit, experimenting with different credit cards. They are the people that at the end of the day sometimes enter inside gbese. It is time that we build our own bank if you want to move to financial freedom in this 2026. I am still paying back gbese. I am still paying back gbese. It is when you are owing everybody, you are of no good to nobody. You can't even quit your job. You will be working you will be working various jobs because you have expectation on you is too much. You can't even take a break. You can't take vacation. You can't do nothing. You do not even have time to go and improve yourself in order to get a better job. You do not have time in order to start a business. Because you cannot start a business. The reason why you cannot start a business is that business need time in order to start making you money. And you do not have that time. You are owing everybody. So, ask yourself, how can I start building my own bank now? So today live, as I promise, is going to be a short live. And if you have learned anything, comment. Say, I have learned this thing. I am going to try it. Dedicate a separate account to building your own bank. If you have a small business, you have no business borrowing money to do all those small businesses. How can a barber, for God's sake, be borrowing money from Lapo or from all these loan app? How? How can a barber, how can a hair stylist be borrowing money? Why? It is a service business. How can somebody doing dry cleaner be borrowing money? And then every week, this person is paying out of his income to these people, to this loan app, to this microfinance bank. Microfinance bank that just started yesterday. 1 year later, they have so many cars. 1 year later, they have opened many branches. Who do you think is giving them all the money? You. Me and you. They deceive you that it is 1,000 naira you are going to be paying every day. It is 2,000 naira we are going to be collecting every day. Why? Your income. When you give away your income, you don't have it anymore. That 2,000 naira they are collecting from you is money you are supposed to be using to build your own bank. We will try this because we cannot talk about investing in 2026 without us stopping all the leakages that is affecting our income. Because your biggest wealth building tool is your income. Your income. That 20,000 naira where did they pay you? That 50,000 naira where did they pay you? That 5,000 pounds that you are receiving, that $3,000 you are receiving, that is your income. And that is your biggest wealth building tool. It is not money that you are expecting. I'm expecting that one day I'm going to sell my land in Ibejuleki. I'm expecting that one day my grandmother is going to die. I'm going to get inheritance. I'm expecting that one day NigerBet is going. No. That is not what we give you. That is not your biggest wealth. Your biggest wealth building tool is your income. And unless you guide your income jealously, you will always be in financial hole. Do we have any question that we want to ask about this? For those on TikTok, you can also come on live. You can request and I'll add you live. You can also disagree with this. That is why we are having a conversation. You can disagree and say, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. If you have any question about building your personal bank or building your business bank, you can ask the question and I will do my best to try to answer it. Okay. Is there any question on YouTube? Is there any question on TikTok? On TikTok, is there any question? Yeah. So in the absence of question, I will understand that most of us have understood how we can build our own bank. Apart from The Richest Man in Babylon, which other book can you recommend? The first book I will recommend for you to read, if you have read The Richest Man in Babylon, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad will open up your mind about good debt and bad debt. Then, one of the best books that you can also read is The One Thing. The One Thing was one book that changed my life in 2025. From 2,000 followers on YouTube to 13,000 followers. I did YouTube for almost 3-4 years, and I was having 2,000 something followers. But when I did the One Thing, I had to, after I read the One Thing, I saw the power of focusing in one thing, following only one course until you succeed. That is the full meaning of focus. So if you have not grabbed it, go and grab the One Thing. Yes, the One Thing by, who wrote the book? Let me check. The One Thing is written by the One Thing. The author is Gary Kelly. Gary Kelly with Jal Papasan. Gary Kelly with Jal Papasan. You see it either comes with a yellowish or the one like this. Yeah, if you're in Nigeria, you're in US, anywhere you can get it, and you read it. If you read it, it's a very good read. It gives you power in terms of seeing how you can focus on one thing. There are still other good books out there, but read the One Thing, read Reach That Poor Dad, and you will love it. You are welcome. Do we have any other question that we can do? So tomorrow is Saturday. I'm not going to be coming on live tomorrow. I'm going to be coming on live on Sunday. How do I build wealth with my income? Mr. Patson, building wealth with your income is the simplest thing in 2026. In this century, your income, no matter the amount, I did a video about 4 days ago. This man have never earned more than $12. He have never earned more than $12 an hour. He have never earned more than $20,000 a year. Now, for those that live in the US, you will know what $20,000 is. For those that live in Nigeria or other part of Africa, they will say it's a big money. But in the US or in the UK here, it is even minimum wage here, 37.5 hours is about 24,000 pounds. That is the minimum wage, because when you remove house rent, electricity bill, council tax, you are left with nothing. But this man with that work is what, in 15 years, he was investing only $25 every month. He was investing $25 from his salary, which is his 2 hours work. He will invest his 2 hours work into buying blue chip stocks like hi Abdullah, hi. He will invest the money into buying stocks like Coca-Cola, buying stocks, small stocks that and that was how in 15 years, with the power of compound interest, he stopped working for money and he started allowing the money to work for him. He started allowing his money to work for him. So he invested his money. So now, if you want to build wealth with your income, you have to allocate 15% of your income. 15% of your income should be allocated into investment. And one of the best way to invest is to invest in shares and mutual fund. And technology have made it very easy that you do not need to start checking which share should I do, which share should I do. You understand? We have exchange traded funds. We have ETF. like the Vanguard S&P 500, like the iShares. These are shares that put together 500 best companies in the US together in one basket, and you will buy it. If you invest in shares like that, you have the sure banker, we call it sure banker. You have the sure banker that in 10, 15 years, you are already on your way to becoming a millionaire. Where are you from, Abdullah? I'm from Nigeria. So, if you buy those stock, if you buy those shares and close your eye, if they give you dividends, because those shares, they give you dividends, you do not care about the dividends. You care about capital accumulation. You care about capital building. So if dividends come, you invest both the dividends and the capital. Do you know that if you are 30 years old now, or if you are 20 years old now, and you invest every month $100 every month in a good mutual fund that is giving you, let's say 10%, I say 10% per annum, bad as it be. We have people like I talked about the equity this thing, mutual fund in Afri Investor 2.0 that rose to 61% in just 1 year. We have stock that even raised to 100%. Look, I go and check stock like GT Bank. GT Bank from 20-something naira, it rose to how much? That is almost 200%. We have stock like that. That is GT Bank in Nigeria. But I'm using the worst case scenario. By age 35 or by age 40, if you are investing $100, you will be sitting with not 1 million, not 2 million. You will be sitting with about $3 million. Investing just $100 every month from age 20 to age 40. Now, this $100 will not affect your lifestyle. This $100 is money that you are using to drink Starbucks. It's money that you are using to drink coffee. It is money that you are using to dash people. It is money that Warren Buffett called, money that you are spending daily. A study was calculated by the richest men, people that actually became millionaires in America, not people that think that they will be millionaires. And what we saw was that people that actually became millionaires, the first group of people were engineers. The first group of people were engineers. The second group of people were Anthonies, people that are lawyers. The third group of people were teachers. Yes, teachers. Teachers, people that you do not think that they are earning high money. These are the people that later retired as millionaires in America. Doctors were not found there. Because doctors are people that think they have too much sense, are people that think they earn more. The same thing with nurses. Nurses, they think they earn more. They pack more shift. If I do more shift, I earn more money. But go and check them. You see that they still live paycheck to paycheck because they refuse to understand that wealth is being built by your income. Wealth is being built by your income. $1 invested by the time they born Jesus Christ, by the time that Jesus Christ lived, if that $1 was left and they didn't invest anything again, by 2026 now, that $1 is more than the entire money in the whole world. The $1 will have been more than the entire money in the whole world. you must find a way to start investing. You must find a way to start putting up money. If you cannot do $500 every month, do 300. If you cannot do 300, do 200. Share this live so that others can also join. If you cannot do 200, do 100. If you cannot do 100, do $50. If you cannot do 100,000, do 50,000. If you cannot do 50,000, do 20. If you cannot do 20, do 10. Oh, I cannot do 10, do 5. But make sure that every month that you are investing something. And after you have done this thing for some time, what will now happen is that you will now have that opportunity, that habit. Hi, Ngozi. Thank you. It's Sure Boy. Thank you for joining us. You will now have that income, that habit. And that is why I created the 30 days stock habit. If you join the community, we are starting in February. For just $5, or let me say, for just £5, for just 10,000 naira, you are going to be investing every day for 30 days, using $1 per day for the first week, $2 per day for the second week, third week $3, fourth week $4. If you are in Nigeria, 1,000 first week, 2,000 second week, 3,000 third week. We are using this small money because of we are trying to let you see how you can build a habit of investing. So when you have built that habit of investing, what now happens is that you will now start seeing how your wealth is growing every day. Somebody asked a question. I hope I have answered you, Mr. Patosman. Another question is, if I have Vanguard brokerage account, how can I invest either $1? I don't think they do fractional stock shares. They do fractional. That is the idea between that, Jumiola. It is fractional. You can start with $1. You can start your shares with $1. If you are in Nigeria, the minimum you can start with is 5,000 naira. If you are in the US, download this thing. We have brokerage like eToro in the US. We also, if you are in the UK, we have Trading 212. You can download Trading 212. You can buy fractional shares there. That is why it's called ETF. For $1, you invest your $1. They do fractional, Jimiola. Which best stock to invest in Nigeria now? In choosing, on Sunday, we are going to have a live. And we are going to talk about how people choose their stock. But I'm going to talk about it on this live too. Let me talk about it briefly because you asked the question. One of the best way to choose your stock and your shares, if you are a beginner, is to look at the market leaders in the industry that you are interested in. Let me give you an example. If you are interested in the banking industry, you ask yourself, who is the market leader of the banking industry in Nigeria? Who is the best? Who is the market leader? The market leader is Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is the market leader of this thing. You can now say, oh, okay, I am going to invest in Zenith Bank. Another thing you look at is who is the person that is probably the CEO or the chairman of that bank. What is his of that industry? I'm using bank now. For instance, Femi Otedola just removed money from Grigo Power and invested the money in First Bank. And you know that in this 2026, banks in Nigeria are going to be folding up or merging. It is only the strong ones that will survive. For Femi Otedola to remove that money and put it in First Bank, investors will ask themselves and say, there is something that he saw in First Bank. There is something that he saw in First Bank. So investors will likely say, okay, I am going to put money in First Bank shares. That is one of the way. So if you do not want to invest in a bank, you want to invest in agriculture, you ask yourself, who is the market leader in the market in the Nigeria share this thing? We have Okoma. Is it Okoma Oil? That they do palm oil. They are an agri company. You invest in them. If it is in technology, you look at who is the best, the market leader. Please do not invest in penny stock. Penny stock simply means those stocks that are below 5 naira. You see all those stocks in the stock market, in the Nigeria Stock Exchange, you see them 1 naira, 2 naira. You go and invest in them and say they will reach. Most of those companies never reach anywhere. You will waste your money. Because you are investing for the long time, invest in companies that will be there even when you are growing old with them. You can be rest assured that Transcorp is still going to be there in the next 20 years. You can be rest assured that banks like Zenith Bank is still going to be there in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You can be rest assured that most of these companies are still going to be there. Google is still going to be there. Facebook is still going to be there. This is how people make their investment decision. Okay? Have I answered your question? If you have more questions, you can drop. If you have more questions, you can drop. If I've answered your question, drop Sure Boy in the comment section so that I will know that I've answered. Sure Boy. That is what they call me here. I don't know what they call me where you are, but here they call me Sure Boy. And if you are interested to join our 30 days this thing, you can send me a WhatsApp message on +234 70 5321 6310. You send me a message there and I will show you how you can be able to join. Okay? Thank you, Jumiola, Sure Boy. Thank you, thank you. So in the absence of any question, I'm not going to be coming live tomorrow, most likely, but I'll be coming live on Sunday. And on Sunday, we are going to talk more about how we can choose our share. On Sunday, we are going to talk more about it. So in the absence of any other question, this is Sure Boy, and I'm telling you all to have a good night rest. You can send me a message on +234 70 5321 6310. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming on this live tonight, and I'll see you again on Sunday. Peace and love.